Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel Velosmos. My name is For Money, and guys, if you're not aware of the fact that I'm actually doing podcasts, I'll write it down in the link below this video, and you can give it a listen. Tell me what you think. The subjects and topics are very similar to the ones that I do on YouTube and the ones that I do on my blogs on WordPress. Quite philosophical. So I was actually writing down in my book today's lecture. Just giving you a context to today's lecture. I was writing down in my book called The Blind Spots of Human Consciousness, in which I explore and navigate and investigate all the hidden aspects of human consciousness and the human mind that we experience on a day-to-day in our day-to-day lives. And once we get a pry into it, once we get access into it, and once we are aware of it, aware of the blind spots, then we can tap into our infinite nature and basically exude all the godlike characteristics that we all innately have and share. So as I was writing down in my book, I was just gazing around at my garden. I don't know if you can actually see that. It's a garden right here, then slightly going down there. And I compared the mind and the garden. I would actually say that the mind, the human mind, and the garden are quite synonymous. Let me explain why. So in a garden we have the soil, we have the plants, and with the mind we have the mind and we have thoughts. Okay, people would say thoughts are interchangeable with the mind, but the mind's activity is through thinking. Thoughts are part of the mind, they're not the only expression of the mind. So I'll just say the seeds, just like the seeds that we would have in a garden, would be akin to thoughts. So the reason why I'm using these two in comparing them is basically, once you understand the mechanics of a garden, then you'll understand the mechanics of your mind. So a garden, this is basically the mechanics of a garden. So we have to have soil, right? Preferably fertile soil. And what we need to do with the soil is we need to implant seeds. And once we've implanted seeds, we need to provide them with nourishment, give them the water that they need, and give them the correct dosage of sunlight. Okay, and then once we do that, once we implant the seed and create the right conditions by having water and the correct dosage of sunlight, then we increase the probability of a plant, a tree, or a flower growing. Okay, so your mind is the garden. Okay, your mind is the soil. Sorry, let me put it to you like this. Your life experience, your life currently at this point in time, is like a garden. Your life right now is like a garden. So get a load of your garden, look at your flowers, look at the trees, look at your plants. And if you're not happy with what you're looking at, what you're observing, then you need to basically understand the mechanics behind how it is that you implant new seeds and how it is that you get them to grow, how it is that you implant certain thoughts and how you get them to manifest as your life experience. So with the thought, you implant it in your mind and you create the right conditions for that thought to actually manifest into your physical experience. So with thoughts, of course, you're not going to put water on them and give them sunlight, but these can metaphorically be compared to your attention and your action. So the attention is the sunlight. The attention is what enables that seed to get all the nutrition that it needs, to get all the light and awareness that it needs, so that it can flourish. Because most flowers and most plants that I know need the correct dosage of sunlight. Okay, so that's akin to your attention. So the sun is your attention, and then the watering them is your involvement, your physical engagement into that idea that you've implanted in your mind. So you cannot, in a garden, you cannot give your seed too much water. Otherwise, your seed will drown and then it will die. Same in life. You cannot continuously, all the time, always act in line with that thought that you want to manifest. And in the same way with the garden, you cannot always give that seed sunlight. It will wither and die. Okay, just like in your life, you cannot give the thoughts that you want to manifest into your physical experience too much attention. There has to be the correct amount of attention and the correct amount of involvement. Just like a garden, we have to have the correct dosage of water and the correct dosage of sunlight. So once you understand this, then you can understand another tool. That, say you want your garden to look a specific way. All right, you want a whole array of apple trees. Let's just say you're a person who loves apple trees. Now, the first thing you need to do is understand the origin of all plants, all trees, and all flowers around you. They all started with the seed. They did not just come into existence, plop in, here, hi guys, I'm here. No, it didn't happen like that. It was a gradual process in which a seed became a plant, a tree, or a flower. So understand that with your life as well, that if you want something to manifest, if you want to experience a new reality, if you'd like the new job, if you'd like to get your degree, if you'd like to get that new car, travel around the world, see different people, meet different people, change and alter your personality, understand the origin of all things that transpire in your life. The origin is a thought. The origin to all the plants that you see in a garden is a seed. Now, understand this very crucial part. If I have a seed, I need to ensure that I have the right seed, I have the correct seed. I cannot take a seed that is meant to spring forth a sunflower and expect it to grow oranges. I cannot take a seed that is meant to grow apples and pray for lemons. So whatever seed that you have will be what comes out of it. Just like your mind, just like your thoughts. Whatever thoughts that you implant in your mind, do not expect a thought of scarcity to bring a reality of abundance. So if your thoughts are in the line of, okay, I really need this car, I really need to get this car, I really need to drive this car, like coming from a sense of desperation and scarcity, and basically implying that right here, right now, you're not satisfied, then that thought then brings forth something that is akin to that thought. So if your thought is based on scarcity, then the manifestation of it in your personal experience of life will be something that echoes a feeling of scarcity. So you need to understand that the reality that you want, you need to visualize it, you need to have a correct picture. With the seed, you'd have to analyze it, okay? So an orange seed actually looks like this. So now with your thoughts, you have to navigate and access your thoughts and actually pay attention to them and find out just exactly how parallel and how much your thought correlates with the reality that you say you desire. So you need to refine your thoughts. You need to get very specific as to what thought it is that you implant, so that when it grows, you're not surprised. You know very well this was your intention. This is what you wanted to grow. So basically understanding that principle, then you become more intelligent in how you plant your seeds. You don't just plant seeds for the sake of it, because we're continuously planting seeds. If you're thinking, you're planting seeds. And one day, sometime in the future, it can be later, it can be sooner, in your future, sooner or later. It will come to fruition as an experience. If you're chronically entertaining that thought, if you're chronically planting seeds of a specific kind into the soil, then of course you're creating a higher probability for that thought and for that seed to grow. You see, so the reason why I say that any thought and any desire that you carry in your mind should not have too much attention and should not have too much involvement is the art of surrender. So you allow nature to do the work for you. When you plant a seed into the garden, you don't sit down here and then watch, anticipating to observe the seed actually grow right in front of your eyes so that you can see the marvelous works of your intention. No, it doesn't work like that. You will sit there and you'll get very bored and probably nothing will happen. But if you plant the seed and you look after it, give it the water, give it the sunlight in the correct dosage, okay, then through time it gradually comes about. Just like the mind, just like your thoughts, just like the things that you'd like to come to fruition into your life. If you would like that new job, if you would love that new partner, if you would love that new car, do not put an insane amount of attention onto that thing. Do not always act towards that idea. And it seems counterintuitive, like, okay, so if I want something to manifest into my life, I should be always thinking about it, I should always be paying attention to it, and I should always be acting towards that goal. All right, you can do that, but it will bring you a lot of pain, and it'll be a kind of a gruesome type of patience in which you are always aware of it. Thus, time for you will be longer because you're paying too much attention to it, and by paying too much attention to it, you're not allowing the thing to actually grow by itself. So the nature of a seed, once you plant it in and you provide the correct conditions, the water and the sunlight, then you step back and you allow nature to do the intricate work for you. You don't dig up that seed and then check in the soil. All right, is it growing enough? Is it sufficient? Is it fine? Does it need more sunlight? Does it need more water? No, you just do your part in providing the correct sunlight, the correct water, and ensuring that the soil is fertile. Then you sit back, and that's your only job. Just like bringing things, materializing experiences into your life, you need to implant that thought, act in that direction when you can, and give your goal that attention, and give your dream that level of attention. But also you need to pair it up with letting it go, not worrying about it, and allowing the universe, allowing your life, allowing God, whatever you want to call that intelligent energy, to do the work for you in the background. So once you understand that, then you're no longer insistent on one particular seed growing, which brings me to my next portion here, that if you want a garden, if you want an array of flowers, of plants, of trees, then you cannot only plant one seed and expect a whole array of flowers and trees. No, you have to take a whole bag with you and literally scatter seeds wherever you can. And just like the mind, you have infinite thoughts. There are infinite seeds on planet Earth, more seeds than there are actually plants and trees that have actually grown. And there are more thoughts than thoughts that have actually translated into physical experiences. So your thoughts, see them as seeds, okay? And like every day, every single day on a moment-to-moment basis, you are taking these seeds in every interaction that you have, every time that you think, and every time you engage in an action. You are taking seeds and you're scattering them around in your mind. Okay, so if you want a garden, as I said, you need to scatter the seeds in as many places as possible. So don't only focus on getting that car. How about getting a new house as well? Don't only focus on getting your house. How about getting a new partner as well? How about getting more money? You see, like, spread, make your desires, grow your desires, expand your desires, so that once you give them that level of attention, then you have a higher probability of having a garden instead of one big, beautiful tree. You see? So, in every moment, this is your mantra. At every single given moment in your life, this is your basic philosophy. The mind is a garden. So pay attention to the seeds that you are implanting in your soil called the mind. And pay attention to the words that you speak. Pay attention to the awareness that you put on these thoughts, the attention that you put on these thoughts, and also become aware of how you are physically getting involved in these thoughts that are now becoming your experiences. So always look around at your life as if it is a garden. If you don't like a particular plant, if you don't like a particular tree, then what you need to do is stop providing the conditions that assisted that tree, that we plant, to grow. That's all you need to do. If I stop feeding these plants with the correct dosage of water and correct dosage of sunlight, I can almost guarantee that they will die. Just like any experiences in your life that you don't like, stop providing it your attention, stop providing it with your involvement, stop providing it with more seeds, and I guarantee you, you will not have that experience again. All right, so guys, that's basically how I view the world and how I view my moment-to-moment experience of existence. I always remind myself, the mind is a garden. And the mind being a garden, I always have to be aware of the seeds. I always have to be aware of the thoughts, because it is the thoughts, it is the seeds that increase the probability of something coming out tenfold. And it's not to say that every seed that's implanted in the soil will grow. Not every thought that's implanted in your mind will become a physical experience. What you can do is increase the probabilities, provide the correct dosage, and you will be all right. So thank you guys very much for listening to my lecture. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and to end it off as I always end it off, you know how it goes. Come on, say it with me. For those who seek no more, or in the present, we find it all. Thank you very much.